We're here with Mr. Gervais. Did I say that right?
Joseph Geevarghese.
I got to read this. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. Joseph
Geevarghese.
Geevarghese. Okay, I get it. Listen, my name is Egberto Willies. I bet you can't say it.
Egberto?
Thank you. I don't feel bad. You mispronounced my name. I mispronounced your name. So we're both from...
We're even.
I'm from Panama.
Right on, bro.
Yo soy de Centroamérica. You know how that goes. Anyway, tell me about our revolution. What are we into right now?
So our revolution was founded by Bernie Sanders after his 2016 presidential bid. Our mission is to keep the progressive electoral base mobilized over the long term, and really to do three things, right? To elect down ballot progressives at every level of government, to fight for progressive issues like the ones that Bernie ran on, whether it's healthcare for all, whether it's climate justice. And the last part is to make sure we transform the Democratic Party so it's not a corporate-owned Democratic Party, but it's a party that represents the will of the people.
Well, let me just kind of forewarn you. I was a 2016 Bernie delegate. I campaigned for Bernie. I support Bernie. I am not only support Bernie, but I am also a paid member of our revolution, which means I subscribe to the revolution. So, I mean, let me just tell you that we are on the same wavelength. Now, here's what's important, right? I love what you say about we have to decorporatize the Democratic Party. But the other thing that I love and why I think Bernie must be respected so well is Bernie has been pragmatic in his progressivism. In other words, he's caucusing very well with the Democratic Party, and in doing so, along with his flank. And you tell me, I think we've attained more progressive policies under Biden with the support of Bernie than any other president since Roosevelt. Please tell me more.
No, I think that's right. And look, at the end of the day, this is, we're playing an inside-outside game.
Right.
Right. On the outside, we have elected, dozens of progressive members of Congress. We have elected thousands of down-ballot progressives. All of that put together, right, shows that Bernie's not a lone voice in the wilderness. There's actually a movement. And that gives people like Bernie a real seat at the table when he's engaging with the administration. And that's what's helped us achieve as much as we have. That being said, have we gotten everything we want? No. But it's on us as a movement to keep fighting, to keep organizing, and to make sure the Pramila Jayapals and the Bernie Sanders have a movement behind them when they engage the establishment Democratic Party.
Let me ask you, you just called Pramila Jayapal, and is Ro Khanna part of that membership as well? The progressive
movement? Ro Khanna is a leader in the progressive movement.
And AOC, of course.
That's right.
And others. I mean, what is the position of our revolution with Biden right now? Let me just say this. I hope we're promoting, no matter what happens in that resolution, that everybody needs to go out and vote, first of all, and everybody better start voting straight Democratic ticket this election forward. Your thoughts?
So, amen to all of that. I would say Donald Trump and the far right are an existential threat to democracy. And we have to do everything in our power to evict him from any office. And that being said, we surveyed our members. 34,000 people responded. Mm-hmm. These are progressive voters who are activists and donors like yourself.
Right.
And I would say they're the base of the Democratic Party. We surveyed our members, 34,000 people, 70% said that they're not sure that Biden can beat Trump.
Right.
So there's a real doubt in the minds of progressive voters about who is the best person. And it's uncertainty.
Right.
The second part of that is 70% think that Biden should step down. Those are related. At the end of the day, I think we start with the premise that you put forward. We have to get everyone to vote and defeat extremism in our country. And the question for us is, who's the best, the strongest, most energetic candidate that we can put forward to do that? And is our revolution taking any positions, or they're just sort of letting things play by? Look, I mean, at the end of the day, Joe Biden and his inner circle will make a decision. Our members have spoken, as have AOC and Bernie.
Let me interrupt. I think AOC came out in full support of Biden.
That's right. That's right.
Just want to make sure. Yeah.
No, that's right. I think I think the administration, the campaign will take all of that into account as they make a decision about the best course forward.
Let me just say that on our chat we have, just wanted to say, shout out to Joseph. I'm a big fan of his work for our revolution. Woo! And I used to attend the meetings regularly during the pandemic. I still attend some of our local Zoom meetings that we have with our revolutions. It's trying to keep it. As you know, these organizations have their lulls where they go through their lulls, and then the politics comes up and it's riot active again. What are you finding? Are you finding that the organization is growing? Are you in stasis, or where are we?
Look, at the end of the day, a lot of people just focus on what's happening at the federal level.
Right.
The truth is, 1,000 flowers have bloomed since Bernie first ran in 2016.
Right.
There are, one of the panels that I co-hosted this weekend, at this gathering, included Megan Green. She was a Bernie delegate in 2016, was so inspired, went back to her hometown, St. Louis, ran for the Board of Aldermen, then became president of the Board of Aldermen, then ran a slate. And we now have in St. Louis progressive control of city government. And they're passing things like union rights, expanding housing, universal basic income. So there's amazing stuff that's happening that may not be on the front page of the New York Times. But what I would say is I think the progressive movement is very vibrant and dynamic at the local grassroots level. And there's a lot of examples like St. Louis all across the country.
It's interesting because everybody talk about the progressive movement as if we have to really move people. I mean, if you detach ideology, if you detach names and all that sort of stuff from all that we believe in, and you ask every American citizen what they want,
yes,
it turns out that what they want is what we are offering.
That's right.
And the thing about it is, what we, in my humble opinion, need to learn how to do is frame a message that doesn't allow the others, both the right and the neoliberals, from phrasing what we are not asking for, what we are demanding, as something we have not earned.
Yeah, that's
because we've earned. We are the ones who built this country. The existence of billionaires are really things on our backs. So when we're telling them to pay more, we're not asking them to do a favor. We're asking them to return the loot.
Yeah, that's right. I am completely with you. And look, at the end of the day, we the people, right, we want that which is basic. We want a decent place to live. We want food on the table. We want a good job. We want to make sure our kids have a better life than we have.
Right.
We're not asking for something that's outrageous. We're asking for basic fairness. And that's why we founded this country. We did not want power to be concentrated in a single individual, whether it was a king or a set of private companies, monopolies, right? That was the foundation of this country, was to let every person live out their freedom and autonomy so that they could live the life that they're called to live. And that's what our politics is about in the progressive movement. And I think if you remove all the name calling and the disparaging and you just lay that out, I think 99% of Americans agree with us. And the 1% that don't.
Look in the camera and give us a closer. Let us know where we go from here.
So, brothers and sisters, where we go from here is we keep fighting We have made dramatic strides since 2016 in terms of advancing our agenda, whether it's healthcare for all, whether it's climate justice, whether it's union rights, raising wages. And we've got to keep hope alive because we've got to keep organizing to keep winning on the progress that we've made. So for all of the listeners out there, this moment might feel a little self-defeating. We may feel discouraged. But at the end of the day, where we've come in just less than a decade is remarkable.
Joseph, let me tell you, I have no despair. I have no fear. I think we're going to see a landslide that's going to surprise people. And, for all of those that think I am naive, I've been at this for decades. I think the Republicans have laid a pathway that has so inflamed women, so inflamed the poor, so inflamed so many, that if we do our job, and I'm talking about our revolution, I'm talking about the progressive movement, I'm talking about everybody, if they do their job, there is absolutely no way we don't clean house from municipalities to states to federal, but we've got to do our job.
Amen to that. And our job, whether as members of our revolutions or just citizens, is to organize.
Absolutely.
And is to have conversations with our neighbors and our friends and our families and organize people to get out and vote and to be active in the public arena. And that's how we win. And that's how we've won all through our country.
Joseph. Okay, let's have a talk. Remember, you couldn't say my name well either. Joseph Geevarghese.
That's getting closer, brother. Geevarghese.
Joseph Geevarghese.
Yeah, that's right.
I got it right. Thank
you so much
kindly.
for having me, brother.
Actually, my brother, thank you for being here. All right.
Cool.
All right, you know what? Let me tell you, before you go, I always have to do this with everybody that gets an interview, right? We have to do this because when I'm processing in the middle of the night at 2 a.m, and my mind go crazy, I got to do it. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you.
It's great. Keep up the great work.
Thank
and,
you
if you see Bernie, tell him I say hi. I was one of his delegates back in 2016.
That's awesome.
I was in Philadelphia, and actually we were making sure we were going crazy in Philadelphia. Yes. And I was one of the peacemakers between the delegations. So, I mean, we get things done right. So
we're working the good fight.
We're working a good fight, and we're winning, and you are doing important work. So keep it up, sir.
All right, brother.
Have a good one. Bye-bye. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number 1, subscribe to our channel. And number 2, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.